Well, let's look at what's required, because I believe that there are two requirements for you to glow up. Number one is that you have to give yourself permission. You have to give yourself permission to be your baddest self, your most blossomed self, your most optimized self, and your highest self, right? Can be really scary stepping into this, especially if you are attached to a way of being and you have adopted an identity of, oh, I'm not the pretty girl. Oh, I've never really efforted this much and put time and intention into the things for your glow up. Okay. And there's several ways to glow up. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but really giving yourself permission to say yes to the inkling, say yes to the desire, say yes to the thing that's inside of you that says, listen, it's my time to shine, right? For me, this time last year, I was in the hospital. This time, on this day, I would think I was in a medically induced coma, right? And I had some dreams that were just so appealing. They were very sexy, and that's not a word that I typically use, but I was like, this dream is like so visually appealing. It's so sensual, meaning that it appealed to my senses. And I was like, wow. And the thing about me is that I don't have regular dreams. Like, this dream was so regular and it was consistent. So I was like, whoa, like, take me back, where I wanted to like take a pill from the Matrix and go back. But I'm sharing this with you because when I came home from the hospital, there were so many things that I just felt like I didn't have time for. Like, I don't have time to be like pressing my hair out every 2 weeks. I ain't got time like to do my daughter's hair every day and tighten it up. It was like, listen, y'all getting your hair done once a week, and I'm gonna straighten it up, I'm gonna tidy it up in between the week, and y'all should be good. If I see like their hair getting a little frizz, I would just kind of let it go by and not tending to my annoyances, right? So giving yourself permission to tend, giving yourself permission to become the best you. That means giving yourself permission to tend to your annoyances in the moment and not putting it off, because what happens if you do that is that you begin to wire yourself for mediocrity. You go back to the old person, right? You're not stepping into the glow up, you're running away from it. So giving yourself permission is number one. Number two is that you have to be available for it. You have to be available for your glow up. You have to be available for yourself, because oftentimes what can happen is that how you've been showing up in life and whatever that looks like, you can go back and allow that to become a part of your identity. So as a recap, the first requirement for your glow up is permission. The second requirement is availability. Are you available for your glow up? Here's what this looks like. So I mentioned to you that this time last year, I was actually in the hospital in a medically induced coma. And I remember like being transferred in the hospital to the third floor, the final floor before my release. And I was just thinking like, oh my, no, actually this is the second floor. And I was like, I need my hair done, because the whole time I had like a net over my head. Luckily, because I had my sewing in, my mom came in and plaited my hair for me. So I wasn't just out there wild style. So she plaited my hair and I had a net on, and this whole time, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking like, I want a hair appointment. Like, my hair is itching. A lot of people kept coming in to check on me. There were a lot of male nurses who took great care of me, who were coming in, and I just didn't want to look like mess. Like, I just didn't want to look messy. I wanted to feel and look kempt, even if it didn't have to be like super done. I just wanted my hair to be decent. Okay, I just wanted my hair to be decent. So that made me think, when I got out of the hospital, I had so much time to think about what I wanted next for my life. What does my glow up look like? And I'm gonna tell you, girl, when I came out, I was like, look, I want my hair swinging. You hear me? I was like, I want myself swinging. And I say this because I have never been that girl who was at the hair salon every 2 weeks for a press and curl or a silk press. That was never me, never. I was always DIY, so was my mom. Now, when it came to special occasions, it was cool. Like, I would get my hair done. My mom would get her hair done, fairly regularly, but not like the every 2 week cycle, like how, a lot of Black women do. So when it was time for me to decide, like, okay, Monique, well, who do you want to be in this season? Like, this is your wake up call. Who do you want to be? And I said, okay, well, I want to get my hair done. Like, can I be this person? I had given myself permission. And this is important because this became a conversation about identity, right? I was never that girl to get her hair done every 2 weeks. And I was like, well, can I be that girl? Yes, I can be that girl. So I decided that I'm just that girl. What does Beyonce say? I'm that girl, right? So I decided that I am that girl. And so in terms of my availability, it was like, okay, well, you can do this, Monique, but let's talk about what you are available for. So one of the reasons that that was never a part of my identity was because, number one, the pressing curls ain't $25 like they was back in the day. Inflation is real, okay? So I was like, do I want to spend $100 every 2 weeks for a silk press? It wasn't really so much about the money, because I was like, I spend $200 a month on other stuff, okay? So it wasn't really about that. I get my pedicures, that's $60. I get my waxes, that's like $80 every 6 weeks. You know, eyebrows is minor. Lashes, I had done that, but that wasn't like a maintenance thing. So I was like, well, $200, I was making it about the money, but it wasn't really. So then I said, okay, well, in order for me to maintain a silk press, how is that going to relate to my identity as a woman who really likes to move her body, a woman who really enjoys working out? Because I sweat in my scalp. And it was like, okay, Monique, what are you available for? Because you say you want to work out and you like to do and be a part of this, but you also like to move your body and you sweat profusely, okay? So how can I be available for this glow up? How can I be available for the things I want? You are creating the climate for change to occur. That's the power in the preparation. That's the power in the glow up, is creating an environment that is conducive to the outcome that you want, creating the climate for change to happen. So for me, it was like, okay, Monique, well, what you got to do? Well, I am that girl. I want this to be a part of my identity. This is the identity that I am stepping into now in this season of my life, where I want my hair swinging. I love my natural look. And, you know, because I thought about it, I was like, should I get a relaxer maybe? I was like, no. And then, you know, post-COVID, my hair was thinning. Like post the health scare, my hair thin, and I had like the sort of postpartum shed. And it wasn't pregnancy, it was just, you know, my lung capacity, all that stuff. But anywho, my hair was shedding big time. And I was like, okay, I did not want to, relaxers are cool. I considered it, but I'm gonna stick to the press and curl. I'm gonna stick to the silk presses. So I said, okay, well, how can I be available for this thing that I'm saying that I want to? How can I be available for this new identity I want to step into, to be that girl, to step into my own glow up? And what does it look like? Well, it'll look like, well, maybe if you do get your hair done, first of all, can you get your hair done every 2 weeks? I don't even know if I want to spend that much, to be honest, just on my hair, because I know I'm going to sweat it out. So what can you do? How about once a month? Okay, boom, I was doing it. I can do a silk press once a month at the salon, and every 2 weeks in between, I'll wash it and silk press it, just like I did today. I do a good job with it. So I was like, I do a good job with my hair. I got the skills to do it. I'm a DIY. I'm very industrious. I can do it. Cool. But for me, it was like, do I want to be standing and sweating and blow drying my hair and stepping out because I'm sweating because I'm trying to, you know, put the heat on? That's the part that I didn't want. I wanted to kiki with my hairstylist. I wanted to be pampered. I wanted to feel like I was glowing up, but I also wanted to move my body. So there became this dichotomy that I had to honor. And it looked like this. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to work around that. Get your silk press done. Okay, the first week you're going to have silky hair. You're not going to work out, but you are going to eat very well. Like, you're going to honor your body. You're going to nourish it well, right? Because remember, a part of the vision is a banging body. So that's number one. And then second week, you know, when it starts to lose the silkiness, then boom, you put it back in a ponytail, you put it in your crown twist, and you move your body and you exercise. And so that is what I am available for right now, right? Availability is about putting in the work. You can't just say you want something and think about it and fantasizing about it and not take the action to become her.